Hi everyone, it is Bank Holiday Monday and I have been shopping, so I thought I would do a quick video to show you what I've got today. I've been to B&M and oh my goodness, where did I go? Dunelm. I couldn't remember where I'd been then. Yeah, it's been a bit of a mental day today. I've done a food shop and then I crammed in going to Dunelm and B&M. I have been wanting to get some bits for my office, my home office, which if any of you have watched my recent videos, you'll know that I'm doing a renovation. And I wanted to get a new lampshade and a new lamp for the room and pick out some paint colours. So I've sort of had a little wander around today. I went and had a look at the paints at B&M. I went to B&Q as well. To be honest, I was really disappointed in there. I didn't get anything in there. I just literally went in, had a look at the colours and then came straight back out because I wasn't particularly impressed. But I got a few little bits whilst I was in B&M because I needed some things. And then, as I say, I did my usual food shop at Lidl. But yeah, I did manage to get some really nice lampshades and a lamp for the office and a few nice little bits for the room as well. So I'm just gonna show you some of those. So it's only a short video because I didn't get a lot, but when I was in Dunelm, I had a look at the paint ranges in there. I was really disappointed with B&Q, and there's a shop near me called the Big Red, which is sort of a huge discount sort of like warehouse, and it's sort of a budget discount place, but it does everything. It's sort of it's similar to B&M, I suppose, but it doesn't have as good a range as that. It's not really, I suppose it's like a pound stretcher. That's probably the best way I can describe it to anyone who doesn't have the Big Red near them. The Big Red shed. It's kind of like a pound stretcher, but it's on a big scale. And it has an outside bit with plants and gardening stuff as well. But it is quite good. And I went in there to have a look at the paint on Saturday because I needed to pick up some just plain white cheap emulsion to do the new plaster with. Because when you're plastering, new plaster is like a sponge and it absorbs so much paint. So it's a bit of a waste to overload the roller with just pure expensive white paint. So if you're going to just have white, then just get a cheap one, just like a cheap trade emulsion, because it absorbs it so quickly. I mean, I've done 2 coats and it's still patchy. That's how much you have to paint on new plaster. But yeah, I was trying to save myself a little bit of money to do the base coats myself. So I bought some cheap white trade emulsion from the Big Red. And the actual paints that they had in there in terms of like colours were rubbish, I thought. They just didn't, well, they weren't rubbish. I mean, they had Dulux in there and they had Johnston's, which is quite a good brand paint, but they just didn't have a very good range. And I'm going for a green colour in my office. I really like green, but it needs to be the right type of green, but I want it to look quite natural and calming for when I'm working. And I like sort of natural tones and earthy tones, and so I thought I would go with green, but I'm still umming and ahhing about whether to do the whole room in green, in which case I need to keep it quite a light shade of green because you don't want it to be overloaded if it's a small room. And my office is, I mean, it's not tiny, but it's not a massive room either. It's kind of a small double size. So yeah, I didn't want to go with a dark green. And I've been looking at sort of like sage colours. But yeah, they just didn't really have any there. But I did manage to get all my rollers from there and the paint trays and the masking tape and all the other stuff, boring stuff, sugar soap to clean down all of the skirting boards because they are filthy from where the plastering's been done. So yeah, I managed to get all of those and the white paint, and that was on Saturday. Yesterday, Sunday, I spent the whole day painting. I spent about 6 hours, with the exception of having a break for lunch. And I'm really feeling it today. All of my arms are killing me, even across here. It's like all of this area is just like killing me. but I'm pleased I did it, because it's nice when you do something yourself, you kind of feel a bit of an achievement. And I know it won't be like the top coat, like the final coat that you see, because I'm going to leave that to professional decorators, but it just means I've saved myself a bit of money by doing some of the base coats myself. So I've managed to get done 2 coats on the ceiling, and then 2 coats on 3 of the walls, and 1 coat on the 4th wall. And I was intending to do the 4th coat, the 2nd coat on the 4th wall today. But having shopped all day and only just come back, I'm quite tired and I'm still really achy. So I might not do that today. I might do it perhaps after work tomorrow, because it won't take me long. It's only 1 wall. And it's the wall that has the window and the radiator on it. So it's not actually a lot of wall space to do. So yeah, that was Saturday and Sunday. And then today, as I say, it was just going out to get some bits for the room. And when I was in Dunelm, they had a really lovely green, because I've been struggling to find greens that I like. This one, I just thought I would show you it. This is called Light Moss, and it's matte. And it's one of these new peel and stick samples, which I think is really nice, because it's a lot less messy than getting the little sample tester pots of paint. And you just literally, it's a very low adhesive, so it doesn't damage the wall or anything. It just peels off really easily. And you just literally peel and stick it on. And they recommend that you keep it on for 24 hours, just so you can see the colour in different lights, different times of day, because obviously colour looks different depending on lighting. And they recommend obviously putting it on different walls. So I really liked that one. It's the kind of green that I was thinking of, but it is quite dark. And when I was in the shop, I thought it looked really nice. Since I've gotten home, I went in and put it on one of the walls, and I was like, oh God, it's actually really, really dark. It didn't look that dark in the shop, but I still really like it. I really, really like it. It's a very, well, it's called light moss. I was going to say it's a mossy green. Obviously, it's called light moss, but it's a very warm green, and it's very, very natural and very earthy, and I like that. It's very calming, but it is a bit much to have on all 4 of the walls. So I now have another idea, which is to have, where my desk is going to be, I'm going to probably have a feature wall with this from Dunelm. And then that way I'll be looking at the colour when I'm working, but I'll just keep the rest of the room quite light. So instead of going with green all over, I'll just have like a feature wall, because then I'm being quite brave with the colour, but only on a small scale. And I'll keep the rest of the room quite light. Now, my shower room and toilet room have been done in Egyptian cotton. And it's a really lovely, warm, light, sandy beige colour. And again, that looks different in different lights, depending on the time of day and when the sun is coming round. Sometimes it can look quite warm and darker, and other times it can look really light and a bit of a cooler tone. So it really does change on the time of day, but it's nice all the time, regardless of whether it's taking on a warmer or a cooler tone. It always remains a nice colour. And I went and put this tester up against the Egyptian cotton, and it is like a perfect contrast, perfect match, because it's a warm sand, and the warm sand really goes with this really, really nice. And that Egyptian cotton will be enough to give some colour to the room, but keep it light so it's not overpowering. And it goes with this. It's almost like it was made for it. It's a perfect contrast match. So I'm actually, and I think I've still got some of the Egyptian cotton left over in the garage, but I won't have enough to do the whole room. But I do have some left over. So again, that might save me some money. So I'm thinking if I go and check in the garage how much I've got left, and then I'll just buy however many tins I think I'm going to need, because I'm only going to need to do 3 walls. So that's my plan. I'll sit on it overnight, because I've only just thought of this, so at the moment it's feeling all exciting in my head, but you know what it's like when you've had time to mull over something and you think, actually, that I'm not keen on that idea anymore. So I think I'm going to mull over it for a couple of days. I've got 2 decorators coming this week to quote me. One of them's coming tomorrow, the other one hasn't given me a date yet. And so that will give me time to decide whether I be brave, and because so far, from what I've decorated in this house, as you can see, the kitchen was done in, it looks white, but it's not. It's called Timeless, and it is a very barely there off cream. And to look at, it does look white, but then when you compare it with the ceiling, then you realise, oh, actually, there is a bit of colour there. because that's brilliant white. So, but yeah, it's so light, and I didn't really choose it. My ex preferred it. I mean, I liked it, and it was a mutual decision to get it, but he preferred it a bit more than I wanted something with a little bit more colour. So I'm thinking maybe I should be brave and have my feature wall. And yeah, just go for it. But the other thing is I did find in B&M, in the Johnston's paint range, there was a colour called Sage Matte Emulsion. And it's a really nice, but it's a very light sage. It's more of a lighter end of the scale than more of an olivey tone. And that would be light enough probably to do the whole room. So I don't know whether to just go with the whole room in green, but just keep it very light, or go with my feature wall. I don't know. But anyway, that's what I picked up from Dunelm. I just wanted to show you the colour because I love it. And if any of you are thinking of having sort of a natural green, earthy tone scheme, they do some gorgeous colours in Dunelm. I was actually, out of the Big Red, B&Q, the range, which I went to last week, and I didn't like any of the colours in there. Their range was pretty rubbish. That was another place I went to on Saturday after I went to the Big Red. I went to the range because they've taken over the Wilkinson's brand, and there was a colour, I can't remember what the colour was called now, but there was a green that Whispering Sage it was called. I saw it online, and I saw some real life photographs that people had posted online of the colour, and it was really lovely. Whispering Sage, and that was in the Wilkinson's own brand paint. And the range stock, since the Wilcos went out of business, the range obviously bought the company, and so they do stock some of their products. But I went in my local range and they hardly had any of their paint at all. They mainly had like gardening paint, like fence paint and stuff. And they didn't have the Whispering Sage, so I was a bit disappointed. But yeah, out of the range and B&Q and B&M and the Big Red and Dunelm had the best paint range. Their colours are stunning. Really nice, and they're very low VOC content as well as high water content, so they're quite safe to use and you don't get a lot of odour. But they are really nice, and they're quite reasonably priced. I think you're looking at, I think it was £15 for a 2.5 litre tin. So it's not dirt cheap, but it's not really expensive either. It's kind of average price really, but cheaper than Dulux. So there we go. Anyway, that's enough of paint. I'm going to show you what I bought because I've waffled on, and you are here to see what I bought. So there's only 2 things from Dunelm. Well, there's 3 things if you include the paint swatch. But I got, because all the autumnal stuff is coming out now, as much as I love summer. And I was, bleh, I can't speak today. I was born in August, so I am a summer girl. And it was my birthday a few weeks ago. And yeah, I was going to do a video to show you what I got for my birthday, but I've just been so busy with all the renovation work and everything. I just haven't done a video like that for quite a long time now. But yeah, for my birthday, I did get some really lovely things. But I am a summer girl. But when it's autumn, just that snuggling up and cozying up and everything. But you've still got the nice sunny days, but you've got all the lovely autumnal colours, and you get to like cozy up and have a nice hot drink. I love that. So I am kind of, as much as I'm always sad to see summer go, I think the transition into autumn is also quite nice because it's a bit of a gentle ease into the darker months, because I hate winter. I really do. I hate winter. It's so depressing, especially if you live in the UK like me. If you live in the UK, well, anyone living in the Northern Hemisphere really, we get really dull winters, and you're looking at 6 months of terrible weather, and it really affects me. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. But they have got all the autumnal stuff in Dunelm at the moment, and I got this candle which is called Fruit Crumble. It was £8. It's a really hefty candle. It's a double wick candle. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, just in that sort of pale cream off-white colour. Double wick one. It's so nice. It's very warm. And it's a really hefty, I mean, like, even the glass lid, look how thick that is. It's quite heavy. It's a really hefty, I mean, look at the thickness of that glass. When you get cheap candles, the glass is usually really thin. This is proper hefty. But yeah, in this range, they had toasted mocha, I think it was called. It was something to do with mocha anyway. I think it was toasted mocha. I didn't like that one. It was overly sweet to the point where I sniffed it and I was like, whoa, oh my God, it was a bit much. So yeah, they toasted mocha. They had a pumpkin patch, which was, you know, a typical pumpkin smell. It was really, really nice. They had autumn walks, which I was tempted to get that one. I couldn't really choose between autumn walks or the fruit crumble, but because this one had a slightly warmer scent to it, I just thought this would go really nice in my kitchen. So I was swayed by that. But the autumn walks one, I do recommend that one. It is lovely, but it's a bit more fresh scenting. And I wanted something that was homely and warming for the kitchen. So yeah, I went for the fruit crumble. But yeah, it is gorgeous. It does smell a bit like a pumpkin scent, but if I was smelling this on my own with my eyes shut and someone said to me, what smell is this? I'd probably say pumpkin. But when I compared it to the smell of the pumpkin patch one, there's definitely a difference. This one is definitely more fruity. So, but yeah, that was that. They've got some great candles in Dunelm at the moment. And then this is for my office when it's renovated. I just got a reed diffuser. It's in this lovely olive green, because obviously I'm trying to keep, well, if I go for that colour, then that would be a nice accent to have on my window ledge. But if I go lighter, I want to have sort of just some pops of green around the room, but I don't want too much dark. But this is just, it's only little, but this is a lovely ceramic vase reed diffuser, and it's got these fern leaves on it. So again, it's going with that sort of natural theme that I want. And I can vouch for Dunelm's reed diffusers in terms of, like, they're more, it is expensive, but they're more expensive range. My God, do they last. I've got a black tea and patchouli reed diffuser, a big one, reed diffuser in my living room. I've had it for over a year and it's only just under halfway full. So, like, you know, if you buy cheapy one, I mean, admittedly, mine is at the darker end of my living room, so the sunlight doesn't get to it to evaporate it. So that's probably why it's lasted a bit longer. But a year, most reed diffusers, you'll get like a month or two out of them top. So anyway, I can vouch that they are worth the money, even though they are pricey. This was £18, which is a lot for a reed diffuser, but I know it's going to last months and months and months and months. And it was, oh my God, I can't describe the scent to you. But this one was called Olive Leaf and Fern. And it's just a very fresh, earthy, it's quite manly, but I like sort of deep, earthy, manly scents. If you're more of a light, fruity type person or a fresh, sporty fragrance type person, you're probably not going to like this, but it's really, really nice. So yeah, that was £18, so it's quite expensive, but I'm hoping it's going to last. And then they do the refill bottles, so once I run out, I can obviously go and get some more, or I can change up the fragrance, but I'm going to keep the ceramic vase because it's really, really nice. So I think I'll probably have that on my window ledge, and then when the sunlight gets to there, that will help disperse the scent around the room. So those were the only 2-3 things that I got from Dunelm. But on to B&M, I'm really excited to show you these. These are all lampshades and one lamp. That's all I got, just lampshades and one lamp. Because I wanted some ones for the home office. I'll show you the lamp. I got this lamp, which was £12. It's a sort of linen shade, linen lampshade. Again, very natural earthy tones, and then it's got this rope paper twist base, and the lead and the cord and the plug is white, which I prefer because sometimes you get black ones and I don't like that. I prefer them to be white. It's less offensive, I suppose. so less in your face. So yeah, oh, that switch is very precise. Anyway, yeah, silly me, I forgot to get a bulb. So I shall have to work out which one I need and get that. But yeah, for £12, it's a medium-sized one. For size comparison, put it up against myself. But yeah, it's medium size. This is going to go, I do have a desk lamp already, but this one I'm probably going to put on top of my bookcase in the office. Or one of the, sort of like, I've got a tall, full-length filing cabinet, like a wooden filing cabinet. So I'm going to put it on top of somewhere, and it will just give me, because I'm not overly keen on overhead lighting. I find overhead lighting a little bit too intense. In the evenings, I just have lamps on. So in the winter, when it gets dark at like 4 o'clock and I'm still working in the office, it'll be nice just to have my desk lamp on and this, and not have the overhead light on. So yeah, that was my lamp, £12. And for the actual overhead light, I got this one, which I'm really chuffed with. This was £10. £10, that one. And again, it's the paper rope shade, which is the same material as the lamp base. So it's nice to have them sort of matching, because that will sort of like pull the thing together in the room. I almost didn't get this because obviously it's very, very see-through. And again, I don't like a lot of light. So I'm not sure whether, because this is so see-through, I may as well not bother having a lampshade up, because it might be ridiculously bright, or this might be just enough to diffuse it. But I won't know until it's up. But I love the look of it. But I'm not planning on having the overhead light on a lot anyway, so it's more just for the aesthetics. So yeah, that one was £10. I really like that one. Again, I'm sort of trying to keep sort of neutral, earthy tone going on. And then this one I'm undecided about. This one was only £4. It was one of their sort of cheaper bargain ones. It's £4, and it's just that sort of natural, again, beigey, earthy tone, and it's in that linen material again, like the lampshade was. Sorry, the lamp. But it's for the hallway. It's for the hallway. At the moment, I've got a chandelier in the hallway, and it's sort of cream with metal leaf work. Sort of the metal has been formed into these leaves, and then there's some droplet crystal, well, fake crystal, droplet little crystals on it. And I like it, but I've had it for, blimey, I must have had it for about 8 or 9 years now. And I moved with it because it was in my old house on the landing upstairs at my previous house, and then I put it in the downstairs hallway here. And although I do like it, I've had it a long time, and my ex bought it for me as a present. And not that I'm in the habit of staring at it particularly, because it's in the hallway, I barely even notice it, but sometimes when I do glance up and I see it, it reminds me of him, and I just want a bit of a fresh start and try and have some new things of my own from a time where I'm on, you know, single, and they're all my choices. And I think it's just nice to have that fresh start when you separate. So I thought I would just, again, sticking with neutral tones, I would just get a plain lampshade for the hallway. Having got it home and briefly held it up in the space, I think it's too small. I didn't want to go, because that lampshade I've just shown you is quite big, but it's for a room. But because this was for a hallway, I thought, oh, I don't want to go massive in a hallway. And again, it's a hallway. You pass through. You don't spend a lot of time in it. You're just using it to get from A to B. So I thought, do I really want a massive lampshade in the hallway? But when I hung it up, it looks really small. And now I think it's too small and too plain. Because in my mind, I was thinking, oh, just get something plain. It's only for the hallway. It doesn't need to be decorative. But when I held it up, it really does. I think it's because the chandelier that I've got is so decorative. This compared to that is boring. So I am undecided about this. This might be going back. It's nice, but there's not really a lot to say about it. It's just a plain linen lampshade. And I don't know whether I want to maybe go a bit bigger, because compared to this size, I mean, that fits in there just as a size comparison. And I think the hallway can take it. I reckon the hallway can take a bigger shade. So yeah, I might take this back. But that's that one. And then lastly, the fourth one I got, this is for my bedroom, because again, the one I've got in my bedroom is plain white. It's a canvas effect material, and it is in like literally brilliant white, and it's because I had matching brilliant white curtains in my old bedroom back at the old house. We painted the walls in kind of a dove grey and then had white curtains and a white lampshade. But again, it's from my old house, it's the memories, I want a fresh start, so that's gonna go. And I got another big one. This one's two-tiered. And again, in keeping with that natural look. This one was the most expensive, £20. It's called the Luella shade. And again, it's in that sort of like natural material, but it's got the little flecks in it. And then it's got this rattan style bottom bit. But yeah, I really like that one. So that's for my bedroom. And again, it's quite big, but the room can take it. My bedroom's quite big, so there you go. Those are the 4 lampshades that I got from B&M. I've just got, what did I do with the bag? What did I do with it? Oh, I put it right there. I put it next to me so that I wouldn't have to go wandering over there, and then I forgot. I just got a couple of extra bits to show you. Nothing overly exciting, but I got a new pair of slippers. I have been umming and ahhing about whether to get a pair of wool slippers, because I'll show you my current pair. Please excuse the state of these, right? I'm only showing you because it's funny. This is the state of my slippers. These are real wool, and if you can afford it, I would recommend getting wool slippers, because wool is, I mean, aside from the fact that it's environmentally friendly, because when they do finally get to this stage, this is felt and it will break down eventually, but all of this is just natural material. It's just natural wool, so it's a lot better for the environment for when you throw them away. Also, wool is temperature regulating, and believe it or not, they're actually quite cool in summer. You might think, oh God, I'm not wearing wool slippers in the summertime, but actually they are cooler in the summer and your feet don't sweat. And again, because it's a natural breathable material, wool, it's really good for moisture wicking. So if you're really sweaty, then wool slippers are great for that. And you know how sometimes synthetic slippers can like really pong after a while, like a few months, and you have to stick them in the washing machine. With these ones, I've had these now for 18 months and they don't smell. I can literally stick my nose inside and take a whiff. Not that I'm in the habit of doing that, but I can, and they don't smell. And I've never washed them. That's the only downside with them, is that because they are wool, I wouldn't recommend putting them on a wash. I mean, if you really must, then maybe put them on a hand wash setting if your washing machine's got that, and put them in a pillowcase. But I wouldn't recommend washing them. But yeah, they are temperature regulating, so they're cooler in the summer and they're toasty warm in the winter. They don't smell, and they're moisture wicking, so they keep your feet nice and dry, but they are expensive. And with everything I've got going on at the moment, and I mean, you're looking at sort of like £30 to £40, whereas these were £5. And I know why, it's because they're synthetic and they're from B&M, but I just can't justify spending £40 on a pair of slippers at the moment. I really can't. Not when I'm spending thousands of pounds on this blimmin' office that I'm refurbishing, and I've got 3 new windows that are about to get done as well. That's going to cost me a lot. So sometimes you have to balance being environmentally friendly with having a bank balance that you can survive on. So I've gone for a £5 pair of slippers this year, and I feel bad doing it because I'm always trying to be environmentally conscious where I can, and these are just going to go landfill or get incinerated when they're done, and that doesn't really sit very well with me. But you've got to get what you can afford to get, and if that's all you can afford, that's okay. You can only do what you can do. If you can't, because it is expensive living in an eco-friendly way and plastic free and all of that. I'm not 100% plastic free. I do my best. I used to be a lot more plastic free than what I am now, but that's because that's prior to cost of living crisis and I could afford it. But I've really had to tighten my purse strings, particularly since I've been on my own. And, you know, things have gone up. So I'm afraid I've had to resort to a synthetic pair of slippers. But I liked these. For £5, I thought they were actually really nice. They've got that memory foam. The sticker in there says it's memory foam. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably not focusing. But yeah, memory foam. And it's that lovely squishy inner. I like the pink and grey contrast, and I love stars. So for £5, I thought, you know what? And the other thing I like about them is the thing with these slippers, and the reason they do only last a year to 18 months is because this is felt, and it does not last very long. It's gone through there, and it's gone through there now. And if I show you my other one, this one's even worse, I think. Yeah, at the heel, this one's even worse. So yeah, these will last a lot longer on the bottoms, and they've got that nice grippy material for my hard floors. But yeah, I'll probably just have to wash them a lot more. So those are my slippers. These are going back because I picked up the wrong size, but I'll show you them anyway. This is a 2-pack of bras, seamless bras, which is what I wear. I am tiny. I have always been tiny up top, and when I was younger it used to bother me, but now I actually am really grateful for it because I don't get the backache with it. Well, I already have a bad back, but at least my bad back is not made worse by being large up top. And yeah, I don't have to worry about like when I run or anything like that. Don't have that problem, and it's quite freeing. So I did away with wired, you know, like underwired bras and the clasps and the hooks at the back and all of that, because they dig into your spine, because they sit right on your spine. I hate those hooks. I hate having to do them up. I hate that they can sometimes come undone. And I hate the underwire, and I don't need underwire. Do you know that bras have actually been roughly the same design for almost 100 years now? Don't you think it's about time they changed them? So yeah, I don't wear wired bras. And if you do, you know, that's fine. But I just personally hate them, and I don't need to wear them. I don't need support. So I just got some seamless perfect fit bras. They are available in black and white. And yeah, I just got the wrong size because they do them in either small, medium or large, and I picked up a small like an idiot. So these will have to go back. But they are in a really nice stretchy fabric. And so yeah, if you're just looking for some nice comfy, even if like you just want to wear them for bed or for sports, you know, a workout or something like that, where you don't want to have that uncomfortable wire. These are normally £7. They've got them on offer at the moment. They are currently £2 a box, and you get 2. So that's £1 a bra. I mean, where can you get a bra for £1? So I had to pick those up, but yeah, I'm going to have to take those back now and swap them for the medium. So I thought I would just show you those because they're such a bargain. And then the last thing I've got to show you are some mugs, because I have plenty of mugs for myself, ones that I love. The one I've got at the moment, I love. This was from B&M actually. This is my Cup of Positivity one with my little happy rainbows on, and it's huge. I like a big mug. And I don't need more mugs for myself, but I wanted some mugs for when I have people round, because I know this is going to sound so snobby, but I like to have my mugs for me. I don't like sharing my mugs and I don't like sharing my glasses either. I know that sounds really snobby, but I just don't. It's just a thing. I don't like sharing it. And so yeah, for guests, I would rather just have separate ones. Now, my ex left, I've got an old mug that I don't mind people using, and I don't really like it anymore, so I've kept that for if I have, you know, like guests round or tradespeople or whatever. But my ex left a mug behind, and I did say to him when he was last round picking up the last of his stuff, I said, don't you want this? And he was like, no. So I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to keep it for when I have people round or tradesmen, because all of my mugs are quite girly and I don't think they're going to appreciate a mug like this, or one with a hedgehog on it, or a cat, or whatever else I've got. So yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to get some new ones. But because even though, see, you should really use what you've already got. If you want to be, again, environmentally friendly and eco-conscious and all of that, you should just use what you already have. However, my ex's one reminds me of him, and I'd rather not have it in my cupboard anymore. I just don't. Every time I open the cupboard, it's there, and even though I only use it for when people come round, I just don't like it being in my cupboard, so it's going. And the other one that's in there, again, I don't really like it, so they're going to go to the charity shop, and I just got these. And these were the special buy range, so they're like the really cheap ones, and they were only £1.50 each, and they're in this sort of, it's a weird colour. It's kind of, it's not quite grey. It's not quite, it's like a, I don't know, it's a mushroom, like a mushroom grey. But I liked the gloss. I liked how shiny they were. And I liked this hammered effect where you've got all these like little, it's embossed, so you've got these sort of like waves on it. But they've got a nice handle, and they're a nice size because they're not huge like my one. They're not massive, but they're not tiny either, because I've got, I mean, this one was from B&M last year, and I love it because it's got a cute little hedgehog on it, but it's tiny, so I actually don't use it very often because it's like 2 mouthfuls and my drink's gone. So I don't like tiny mugs. This is a nice size for guests. It's not too big and it's not too small. So £1.50. I only got 2 because I don't normally have more than that many people round at one time. When my dad and his wife come to visit, there's only 2 of them. And if I have tradespeople round, it's usually only 1 tradesman or 2 at the most, depending on the work they're doing. And, you know, I've got enough glasses that I have my nice glasses, and then I have my guest glasses. But 2's plenty. So for £3, just to have some, and also they go better in my kitchen. They're nicer. So I thought, and because they're plain as well, I just thought it would be nice just to have some nice little mugs for tradespeople. I know that's really snobby, but that's one of my quirks. I like to have my own separate mugs and my own separate glasses. These are my nice glasses. I've got Kindness is Golden with Piglet and Winnie the Pooh, and I've got Bambi that says choose happy. If you're interested, they're from Tesco. I've also got, these were from Asda. These are quite a new edition, just for when I only want a little drink. I got these, which have got lovely flowers on and some butterflies, which I thought were really nice. These were only £1 each, I think, and these were from Asda. So yeah, I got 2 of these, and I've got 2 of these. And they're for me. And then I've got an old Harry Potter one. I used to have the Gryffindor and the Slytherin one, but the Slytherin one broke years ago, and I've only got the Gryffindor one left. And it's a nice glass. It's hefty. It's good quality glass. It's thick, but I use it for guests. And then I've just got 1. I used to have a pack of 6 of these, but over the years they've broken. These are just cheap glasses from IKEA. So again, that's just a plain glass that I have for guests. And then again, these used to be in a pack of 4, but again, I've broken 2 over the years. These were actually quite nice. They're from Next originally, and they came in a pack of 4, but now I've just got the 2 left. So those are all my guest glasses, depending on what size drink they want. I've got a couple of large tumblers, couple of medium ones. Oh, and then I've got 2 of these in this sort of purple, dark purple colour with the ribbed hammered effect again. And I still like them, but they don't really go in my kitchen anymore. And so yeah, these I use these for guests as well. Most of the glasses I have are now for guests. I don't use any of those. I really just use one. I mean, it's only me on my own. I can only have one glass at the time. So yeah, having 2 of those and 2 of those is plenty for me. So there we go. That's my, I just thought I would show you my glass collection. It's probably a bit boring, but there we go. So there we go. This, oh, see what I mean about tiny mugs? This one was from Chatsworth House, which, if in case anyone is watching who isn't based in the UK, Chatsworth House is a manor house, like a country house, and it's where they filmed, was it Pride and Prejudice or The Duchess? I think it was The Duchess. They filmed with Keira Knightley at Chatsworth House. And this is based on the actual wallpaper that is in one of the bedrooms. They have an actual wallpaper like this, late Regency period, with the little birds. It's beautiful, and it's got a little bird on the inside. It's bone china, Chatsworth House. But yeah, it's tiny. It's a coffee cup, coffee mug. And traditionally, coffee mugs are tiny. But it's like, I want a big coffee in the morning, so this I don't use anymore, but my mum loves it. She likes small mugs, and she likes them to be thin. She likes bone china mugs. She doesn't like big, hefty earthenware things. So I actually use, this is now my mum's mug. For when she comes round, that's what she drinks out of. Or she'll drink out of that one, which used to be my nana's. That's, again, it's a fine bone china. It's a bit bigger, but it's a fine bone china mug. I've actually got a set of 6 of these. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with them, because I mean, they're pretty, but they're not my cup of tea. Excuse the pun. And, but yeah, they were my nana's. And my dad was having a clear out recently. Well, I say recently, about 6 months ago, after my uncle passed away. And because my uncle had kept them after my nan died, my uncle had them. And then when my uncle passed away, my dad was clearing out, and he said, I've come across Nana's old mugs. Do you want them? And I was like, I'm so sentimental. I couldn't say no, even though I'm not really going to use them. Just the thought of giving away something that was my nana's to a charity shop. I mean, eventually I'll probably be able to, but right now I just can't. So I've got 6 of these. The other 5 are tucked away in a cupboard. But I have one out that I keep up here for if my mum comes round and she wants a slightly larger cup of tea, or cup of coffee, I should say. She only drinks coffee. But anyway, that's enough of my boring rambling and showing you what's in my cupboard. Sorry about that. I went off on a tangent. But yeah, those are all the things I got. I just got the couple of bits from Dunelm, and the lampshades, and the lamp from B&M for my new room and my bedroom. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. As per usual, it was a bit of a mix and a bit of a ramble, but that's me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to showing you when the room's done. I've got, as I say, the people coming to quote me to finish off the room, and all the woodwork needs doing. I was going to have a go at sanding down the windowsill myself, because my window ledge at the moment is like a dark stained brown colour, like it's been varnished. And if you're going to paint, you should really sand varnish off so you get a good adhesion. But I've just decided it's too much effort, and I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm going to get them to do that. But yeah, that one needs varnishing. And then I bought the primer and undercoat, and then the top coat is just a plain white satin, because I don't really like gloss. Gloss is quite high shine, and I'd rather something a bit more subtle. So I went for satin, which is a very soft sheen for the woodwork. I went for eggshell. When I had my kitchen done and my shower room done, I went for eggshell, which is even subtler. It's barely a sheen to it, a slight sheen. So if you want a much more muted look, then eggshell's the way to go. But eggshell's quite expensive, and again, I'm on a tight budget at the moment. I don't have the money that I had last year to splash around for this room, so that's why I've sort of had to buy some bargain bits from B&M and try and, I bought like really cheap bargain primer and undercoat from Big Red. So yeah, I've had to sort of skimp out a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I'm waffling, so enjoy the rest of your bank holiday, what's left of it. I was going to be having a turkey thigh casserole tonight. I've had it diced up and then defrost. Well, I diced it up before I froze it, and then I've had it defrosting on the side all day. But when I came home, I looked at it, and it looks a little bit borderline. Some of the meat chunks do not look very healthy, shall we say. So I'm thinking I'm gonna, when I open the packet, I'm gonna smell it. I'll just see. But if it's borderline, I probably won't risk it. I'll probably cook it off and then just give it to the foxes, because I don't want it to go to waste, and it'll be fine. Borderline meat will be fine for them. I mean, they eat out of bins. That'll be like Christmas for them. I give them my scraps all the time. I give them like my steak fat, leftover scraps and stuff. So yeah, I'll probably cook it off and then give it to them if it's no good. But I do have a steak in the fridge, so that's my backup plan if the casserole's no good. So there we go. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will try and get another video out to you to show you the progress on the room now that I've done some painting. So take care everyone, and speak to you soon. Bye.